Morning y'all, I'm Johnny Hooker and welcome into my kitchen. Today we're going to make sourdough organic whole grain Ezekiel bread, and I'm going to do a long version, show you the whole thing, so I'll probably take about 40 minutes, and I'm going to do a clipped version, and I don't know how that'll turn out because I've never done one, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, first, I'll get my starter out of the fridge. That's my starter. Then we'll get the ingredients we need. So wheat and barley, spelt, beans, lentils, millet, and what? And something else, I'll put it on the screen. Alright, so how I make it, while I've got all this out, I get the ingredients for the flour for when I make the bread, and for the starter. So you need a cup, and that's a 30ml cup, and I heap it for the starter with each one of these. So probably about 40ml or 40 grams of each. And then getting a bit low on lentils. Barley, pop them away. I buy my grain in 20 kilo lots, and then put them in these containers for easy access, and with the remaining I put in those 20-litre tubs. So millet, beans, any beans, not soybeans, because they're poison. I don't care what anyone else says, they're poison. I used to have dreams about soya, dropping it, and I researched it. This was years ago. I researched it, and all over the internet said how poison soybeans are unless you ferment it properly. And that's why they ferment it. And I recently had a look on the internet to see how poison they were, and you can hardly find anything. So they've blocked it because soy is in just about every... Oh, I forgot to get it out for them. Soy is about in everything in the supermarket. You look at this supermarket label food, and it's in nearly everything. Right? Everything. So avoid soy. And these are all organic grains. They're heaps more expensive than average grain, but I live on this bread and it lasts me, costs me, I don't know, $1,200 a year to eat organically. So that, I just like to mix it up a little bit for when, so that'll be for later. Might use this container there. And then we mill it, and you can do this in a blender too. I used a blender for years until I bought this mill not long ago, and it worked fine, but I like the mill better. It's Saturday today, and on Saturdays I make this bread in one day. So need to get our scales, pop him on there. I set it to grams. Yeah, I normally try and do one on the weekend, and I have to make one in the middle of the week. And when I make one in the middle of the week, I'll make this starter in the morning like I am now. And then when I get home from work, I make the dough and give it a few kneads before I go to bed. And then I put it to rest overnight, and then I get up in the morning and cook it. But on the weekend, I just make the starter, make the dough about lunchtime. That's 190 grams all up. Make the starter about lunchtime, and then knead it a few times. Then let it rest until an hour before I go to bed, and then cook it. And then let it cool down overnight, and then I eat it in the morning. So 190, so that's 380 it's got to come to. So you just put the same amount in with water. So another 190. 180. 190. Just give it a mix. I haven't made a starter video yet, but if you're new to this and you're watching how to make sourdough for the first time, there's heaps of videos on how to make starter, and all you basically do is just do what I've done here. But before you make your bread, you repeat this a few times, and you tip out, you take out a bunch of starter, just leave an inch in the bottom, and do it again, and repeat that 7 or 8 times, and then your starter's ready to use. It gets better. It gets better. Like, I don't know, every time you do it. It just seems to get better and better even over a couple of months of making bread. It just gets better. And if you live local near me, I'll be happy to give you some. You only need a tiny bit to get it going. So, I like these silicone spatulas. They're probably not the safest, but I don't know, it doesn't affect me. Because you can scrape the sides down, keep everything clean. Because this jar doesn't really get washed. It just, I just keep it clean all the time. And then I get a paper towel. And just wipe it down. I live in Victoria in Australia, down south in Australia, not in South Australia. And it's cold most of the time here. And I don't have a real warm spot in the house. So I bought one of these heat sleeves for you put around pots to grow your plants, your seedlings and stuff. And I just put it in that, and it keeps it at 24 degrees. And before I bought this, I had real troubles with my starter and my dough. So I bought this, and I've got the heat mat here. So when I make my dough, I have it on the heat mat here. So I've always got a warm spot. So, and since I bought this, I haven't had any hassles. It's just foolproof. Just works good every time. So just plug that in, and you can see that the level of that is level with the level of that, and that probably should come up to about here, or I don't know, sometimes it goes right up here, but somewhere about, I don't know, half the amount more plus. Just wipe off of them. And that's it for the starter. So we'll be back, I don't know, as long as it takes. Probably it's 20 to 6 now, maybe about 12 o'clock lunchtime. So I'll see you then. Ciao. Hey, so it's been about 50 minutes. So we'll take his little house off. And this only takes a sec, so it might have swelled up a little bit, but I don't know. So give it a spray, give your hand a spray. I really recommend getting one of these, really good. And then just loosen it off the bottom. It'll probably stick a bit, but anyway. A little bit of dry stuff still there. Get a bit of water there. Now I've got it all. Oh, with t-shirt. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're baking it, I suppose. And then just fold it. I don't know, that's 3, 4, still a bit of dry stuff in there. 5, 6, 7, just fold and push down. When it starts feeling sticky, just a bit more water. 6, 7 or 8 or whatever we're up to. 9, maybe even 12 or 13 is probably enough. Maybe 20. Whatever looks good. I'm just noticing I didn't mix it that well. I normally mix it fine, but this time I must have been a bit slack because I'm video on it. That'll probably do. So if you mix it right, it only probably needs about 13 or 14 folds. But if you find dry bits in it, just keep doing it until you don't see any. Well, that shouldn't happen. Naughty Johnny. And then just get it into a nice smooth ball again. I don't know, that's just my thing. That shouldn't stick next time. Because I wet the bottom. There you go. It's nice and slippery in there. Give your hands a wash. Nice and sunny outside. I mean outside. In the sun. Gotta get it while you can. Get all that vitamin D in ya. I never believed in sunscreen either, by the way. My dad put it on his nose, it was the only spot. Guess where he got cancer? On his nose. He was out in the sun from a kid till he was dead. 80 years or whatever it was. He's always in the sun. The only place he got cancer was on his nose. Sea and ski or something he used to use. Alright, I'll see you. Oh, I might just, for the quick version, you just do that 3 or 4 more times every half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll come back to you after I've done it 3 or 4 more times in real time. But I want to do a clip version. So yeah, you just do that 3 or 4 times every 45 odd minutes, give or take, 15 minutes. And then we'll do the final thing at the end. But anyway, I'll be back a few more times before that. So I'll see you then. Ciao. Okay, we're back. It's 2:30. I can't remember what time it was, so it's been, I don't know, 45 minutes, an hour or something. Oh, and it looks like it's starting to, you know, want to lift a bit. So we'll give it another knead. It's a beautiful day here outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost feels like premium mince meat when you're making hamburgers and stuff. Not that I've done that for 20 or 30 years, but I remember doing it and making meatballs, sausage rolls. I always used to put half sausage mince and half premium beef mince. Sort of starts getting harder to push down. Means you got all the air out. So then just do a ball again. I just like sort of making sure there's no creases in it and that. Nice tight ball. Doesn't feel very warm. And that's on there. I suppose I've been outside in the sun. So there's our ball again. So we'll sit that up there. 330. I'll probably form it next time. Give it a knead and form it and put it in the thing. It's by then 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. It only gives it 3 or 4 hours max to do its full rise. Hopefully it will after all this. Anyway, see you back in an hour or so. Ciao. Hey, alright, so it's been another 45 minutes or an hour or whatever it is, somewhere around there. And I've decided to form it now, put it in a loaf tin and put it back in there. So first thing I'm going to do is get the tin out, and I like to put this on the warm pad because it's cold. And I don't want my dough to go, oh, it's cold, after being kind of warm. So take that off. Put that on. I'll put this directly on the pad because it doesn't get that hot on there. By the time I muck around with this, it's nice and warm. So there we go. So it's puffed a little bit in that short time. Trusty spray bottle, which is nearly empty. So knead it up again. Fold. Push. Still so beautiful and sunny outside, not a cloud in the sky. I'm just chilling in the sun. I work hard, and when it's a sunny day, which isn't that often on the weekend, I just like spend a few hours chilling out, just vegging in the sun, listening to a bit of astrology or something like that. Something uplifting. None of this crap that's going on in the world at the moment. Well, on the mainstream world, got no interest in that really. All them actors on the world stage who are pretending to be someone who are nothing really. Wow. They're all there to help wake us up, I reckon, in a roundabout way. Gotta love them, I suppose. So when it's all smooth and nice, it's looking like that, and it's sliding around in the bowl. So it's all smooth, even when you pull it out, it doesn't stick or anything. And I'll just pour. Whoops. Oops. I just pour all these in. Chuck them all in. And just start patting it down. Getting it down the sides, just patting it down. And then slowly sort of start turning it over. And they all fall in the bottom, and as you slowly spin it like that, do the end. That'll do. Good having a little small kitchen that's well set out to do this sort of stuff too. I won't clean all this up now, but I need to make room for my tin. think I've got a sneeze. Excuse me. So just that small amount of time on there, that's quite warm now. So now we've just got to like drop it in there. And I'll just press it all right down really nice so it fills in the corners like that. And then I get my trusty spatula and just go around the edges. It just forms it up nicely. Go around a few times until you got it right. Or whatever your turns you want, you can do it your way, but that's the way I do it. And that's it. And then on that, you can put Glad wrap or something. I just put a plastic bag on there so when it rises it can lift it up. And then I'll put that straight on the heat mat because doesn't matter if it gets a bit cooked on the bottom there. Then put that on there. 3:30, 4:35, 36, 30. We'll have a look at it at 7 o'clock-ish. Or I'll have a look at it at 6:30 and then 7 o'clock. I'll see how we go. Alright, I'll see you about 6:37. Cheers. Hey, alright, so it's been a bit too long. I went shopping and now it's probably a bit too long in the oven, an hour and a quarter, but anyway, hopefully it's not too burnt. A little bit burnt, but I can live with that. I like it like that, so that's cool. Ooh, looks good. So that's it. So, ta-da! It's nice and big. I'll cut it open in the morning, so I'll see you in the morning. Ciao. Hey! I'm all sleepy, I just got up. So it's early in the morning and I'm going to cut this for some brekkie. So I'll show you what it looks like and I'll show how I eat it. It is nice if you leave it for half an hour and cut it while it's warm and really yummy, but it was too late last night and I'd already had dinner, so I just cut it like that. You can see it's quite airy. I don't know if you can see it, but it's quite airy and nice. I got this special Tasmanian sea salt. Any sea salt will do, I reckon. But I don't salt the bread, so I like putting a bit on it. And then olive oil, organic olive oil. So many olive oils aren't really olive oils. You've got to get a good organic one. And just salt it. And that is a yummy, yummy meal. Yummy enough that I eat it for every breakfast, lunch and tea. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, leave some comments or something if you like. Be cool. See you later. Ciao.